Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're just going to do some problems, okay, where we're going to plug them in. And so for number one, I might try and squeeze this on here. If you have space, you can. Otherwise, you can put it down below. But so I want a 92% confidence, which we kind of already figured out. So it's the inverse t. 1 minus 0.92 is 0.08. And then I'm going to divide that by 2. Okay? And then same thing here, inverse t. And why don't you actually pause this, try it on your own, and then come back. Okay, so there's the answers. Remember, if you get a negative, you're just going to turn it into a positive. Okay, so now, when we get to 3, 4, and 5, we have to calculate the p-value, okay? And so essentially what we're going to do is we are going to use the TCDF function, okay? And so when you do the TCDF function, it's the lower, upper, and then your degrees of freedom, okay? So I want to be greater than 1.45, so that means that's my lowest point. So 1.45, I'm going to pick some big number, I'm going to say about 100, because that's pretty big. And then my degrees of freedom is 8, okay? So let's clear this out, go second distribution, TCDF. And so my lower was 1.45, my upper was 100, and my degrees of freedom was 8. And so I get 0.0926. And so that would be my p-value for that, okay? All right, if I look at this for the next one, again, it's the TCDF. This time I want to be less than that. So my lower function is everything to the left of that, so maybe negative 100. The highest value I want is this, the 2.31, so negative 2.31, and my 12 degrees of freedom. So again, you just go to the function, TCDF, negative 100, oops, I said 1,000, that's okay, negative 2.31. And negative 100 might be overkill, but it doesn't hurt to have a bigger number. Okay, and we hit enter, and so it's 0.0197. So that's a lower p-value. Okay, and then the last one, it says I want to be less than this. Okay, so I'm going to draw the picture for this one so you can see, because it's saying the absolute value. So it's saying that essentially, here's the mean, 2.14 is about here, and you want to be less than that, so you're going to be to the left. But if you remember absolute value, when you are solving an absolute value equation, it also is the opposite of that, so negative 2.14. And so I'm looking for this range here, okay? Because it said less than, I want to be to the left of 2.14, forgot the 1, and to the right of negative 2.14. So I would do the TCDF of negative 2.14. The upper region is 2.14, and the degree of freedom is 19. Now, if you had a question that said t, the absolute value of t is greater than, let's say, 1.7, what would happen here is 1.7 is right about here, and I'd shade to the right. But then I'd have to go to the left of negative 1.7. So for this one, what you would do is you could do one of them and then multiply it by 2, or you can find both of these by doing TCDF functions and then just adding them up. Okay?